Straight ahead on the Valley today, it's as close as it's going to get in Minnesota this year. But still, supporters are hailing a vote for recreational marijuana in the state legislature. Plus, it's all about the geese. We get to the bottom of what sounded like gunshots near a South Fargo park. Plus, we're heading to Minnesota Lakes Country for the 2021 fishing opener. But first, we have new information this Friday morning about a woman accused of stabbing 3 people in downtown Fargo. Police are now identifying her as 30-year-old Ashley Larson. She's in the Cass County Jail this morning on 3 counts of aggravated assault. Police say around 1 yesterday afternoon, Larson stabbed a man who they say she knew at a home. Shortly after, officers were called to a disturbance at Mexican Village restaurant on Main Avenue. They say Larson had entered a vehicle in the parking lot and stabbed 2 people inside that vehicle who she did not know. The victims immediately got out of their car and ran into the restaurant for help. Officers blocked off the area for 4 hours as they tried talking Larson into surrendering. She finally did. She was then taken to the hospital to be checked out before being booked into the Cass County Jail. None of the 3 victims were seriously hurt. New this morning, the Minnesota House made history overnight by voting on and approving a bill to legalize recreational marijuana in the state. The bill's passage in the House on a 72-61 vote is the farthest the proposal has ever traveled through the Minnesota legislature, but that's as far as the plan will get this session. It's not expected to get a vote in the GOP-controlled Senate, and time is running out. The 2021 legislative session ends on Monday. Get ready to ditch your face mask in Minnesota. Governor Tim Walz says he'll sign executive orders today to end the mask mandate that he enacted by emergency authority last July. The move is coming in the wake of the CDC's new guidance that says fully vaccinated people no longer need to wear masks in most indoor and outdoor settings. They say masks still do need to be worn inside crowded indoor settings like buses, planes, hospitals, prisons, and homeless shelters. And Governor Walz says people should still pay attention to signage on private businesses and public buildings about whether or not face masks are required there.
The good news is that we'll be in the morning fully signing the executive orders to remove the statewide mask mandate, but there will be decisions that can be made by local businesses, by local jurisdictions, and certainly in the healthcare industry, as is relatively normal. People will continue to mask in some of those settings, but it will be highly recommended. The commissioner and MD.
Minnesota Health Commissioner Jan Malcolm has mixed feelings about the move and notes that the state is the 4th highest in the country in COVID-19 growth. She says having 61% of the population fully vaccinated is not nearly enough to hold back the virus. Let's get a check now of our important weekend forecast. A holiday weekend for some, Lisa, as it's the Minnesota fishing opener.
It is. We've got some great weather for it, too. We're looking at calm conditions tomorrow and very little chop on that water, which is important as you're just trying to be out there and enjoying the weather and catch those fish. Here's a look at our forecast. Now, this is for Detroit Lakes, so a little milder in the southern part of the valley in Minnesota, where we're looking at high temperatures getting into the low 70s. If you're up in the northeast, you're more likely to be in the 60s for highs, morning lows in those 40s. And here's some good thing. Again, the air is going to be relatively calm, so the lake surface looking good, and there is a slight chance for a little bit of rain in our very eastern counties here. So here's a look at what to expect throughout the day. Overnight, if you're going to be one of those midnight anglers, well, it's going to be a cool, but temperatures will be eventually rising. We'll see those lows starting in the 40s, and then as we head through the morning, a nice quiet calm day, partly cloudy to start, and then by the afternoon, again, just want to watch out for some isolated showers during the afternoon hours, and the wind should stay on the lighter side throughout the day. So looking good for the fishing opener and just about anything you may have planned for Saturday. We're looking on the drier side. Today, though, we've got to watch out for those showers and thunder showers again. A few lingering showers in our south and east this morning to start. You could see them in Lakes Country over Fergus Falls. We've been getting some rain going on there for a while. Up Highway 59 toward Pelican Rapids and along Highway 210, and this is kind of drifting eastward. Some other showers in the eastern parts of Becker County over by Park Rapids and Wadena. And taking a look at the Dakota Winds Golf Course at the Dakota Magic Casino in Hankinson, you can see we've got some cloud cover in that area, closer to those areas of rain as well, but otherwise pretty quiet to start the day. A good day out on the links if you're paying attention to the weather, because we have that threat for storms later today. Have that Valley News Live weather app with you so you can check on the radar. be alerted. Here's a look at our current conditions, varying here. Fargo, we're at 49 degrees with some quieter weather. Grand Forks is 43. It's 36 though in Devil's Lake, where we've been clear, so there might be a little frost there. Check out Fergus Falls, again a report of rain, 43 right now. So looking at your bus stop planner, we'll watch those temperatures rise here today. 50 is around that 8 o'clock hour, and then this afternoon the kids will want to watch out for that chance for some rain and thunder. Some of these storms, again, I just want to stress, could be on the stronger side in the southern half of the, or southern third of the valley, I'll say, Fargo and points south with that marginal risk. The greatest threat is the threat for hail with this one, and they will be few and far between if we do see that, and we'll of course be right here to keep you alerted. Weekend looking good, and then into next week. Back to summertime already with several days reaching 80.
Yeah, I want to dance just looking at those 80s. It looks awesome. Thank you, Lisa. And we have been talking about the fishing opener and the weather for when you're out in the boat. People can hit the lakes at midnight tonight for the Minnesota fishing opener. The Valley Today's Brian Sherrod joins us live from Ottertail County this morning, where they are hosting the Govs Opener. Good morning, Brian.
And good morning, Lisa. This is actually my very first time at an opener and also my first time in Ottertail County, so this is exciting. And I'm here with Nick Leonard to talk all about what to expect this weekend. Thanks for being here with me today. We were just talking about earlier about how you guys weren't even able to have this event last year. So why is it important to have it this year, and what should we expect?
You know, you're right. Who anticipated a global pandemic when we signed up to do this 2.5 years ago, right? But no, it's a lot of twists and turns, but I couldn't be more proud. There's been dozens and dozens of volunteers who've come together to pull this off. And really, it's all about celebrating Ottertail County, celebrating fishing, celebrating outdoor recreation, and really shining a spotlight on this wonderful county and all of our lakes. So that's what we're focused on.
Perfect. So I know for us, we think, of course, fishing is fun. It's a good time to go out and then bring the rods out. But I guess from your standpoint, why is it so important to have fishing in the state?
I think the pandemic has really demonstrated how important outdoor recreation is, and so even over the last year when we couldn't maybe be together inside, fishing is a great example of something we could all do together. We could get in the boat with our family or the kids with grandpa, and so it's a great recreational opportunity. It's a way to be outside, celebrate time with people we like spending time with.
Perfect. So another thing is that people have probably been in their house every day for a year. Why is it important for them to get out the house and go fishing?
Well, and that's it. I mean, so we certainly are going to be celebrating fishing today, but whether you're fishing, whether you're hiking, whether you're just checking out one of our 2 beautiful state parks, there's so many outdoor recreational opportunities in this area, and it's going to be a beautiful weekend to do it.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Nick, for being on with me this morning, and we'll continue to be out here throughout the morning. Lisa, we're going to toss it back to you in the studio.
I told you before, you have the better assignment. It just looks beautiful out there in Ottertail County. Enjoy your morning. Brian Sherrod reporting live for us. Thank you. Colonial Pipeline paid a hefty ransom to hackers after the nation's largest fuel line was shut down. Company officials say a $5 million ransom was paid in cryptocurrency last Friday. Earlier this week, the FBI identified a criminal group known as Dark Side as being responsible for the cyber attack. Colonial Pipeline supplies about 45% of the southeastern region's fuel, including gas and jet fuel. North Dakota taxpayers are on the hook for nearly $3 million in rent over the next 2 years for office space that's not being used. The Information Technology Department is letting most of its more than 400 employees continue to work from home indefinitely. The department's 85,000 square foot leased space in a newly remodeled privately owned office building in North Bismarck is unoccupied, except for about a dozen employees. The agency says it has favored teleworking even before the coronavirus pandemic hit and will continue to do so. Here's an update in the trial date for 3 former Minneapolis police officers charged with aiding and abetting murder and manslaughter in the George Floyd case. The state case against J. Alexander King, Thomas Lane, and Toe Tao is now planned for March of next year. The judge is delaying the state case so the 3 and Derek Chauvin can face federal civil rights charges first. Chauvin was convicted last month of murdering Floyd. A 32-year-old woman is going to prison for 20 years for killing a teenager from Northwood, North Dakota. Samantha Wilson pleaded guilty to manslaughter in the January 2020 shooting that killed 15-year-old Jonah Borth. Wilson will spend 20 years in prison and must register as an offender against children. Someone in South Fargo is worried about geese being shot at a city park just off 33rd Avenue. They called our whistleblower hotline about it, but it turns out those gunshots are not what they seem. Neighbors were concerned that geese were being shot by employees of neighboring company BNG. But the tool they use is actually a scare-away gun, a bright orange gun that needs a permit from the USDA. BNG facilities manager Beth Brazel says the geese damaged their property by leaving stains on the grass and sidewalks. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Here's today's question. It's sad, but more than 50% of us say we have not done this in a year. What is it? It's because we were all cooped up. We haven't made a new friend, but it's never too late. It's beautiful out. Get outside and meet some new friends. Remember, you can play along every weekday morning by heading to our Valley News Live Facebook page. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. Join us right now on the Fargo CW.